Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? So I have an urgent word for someone, and this is a word from God, and he wants you to know that the plans that he has for you is going to prosper, but he also wants you to know that what he has told you to work on is actually going to work out. It's going to work out. Do not let the enemy trick you. Do not let the enemy plant negative seeds in your mind. Who cares if they're mocking you? Who cares if they're laughing at you? Okay. Listen, early this morning, around like 2ish in the morning, God said they are laughing, and I wrote it down. Okay. Later on in the morning, he brought me to the analogy of Noah, and he brought me to the scripture of Psalms 37, verse 13. But the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their time is coming. There's also a scripture that says God has the final laugh. Okay. Last laugh. God has told you to work on something specific. And the problem with this is you may have told people about it. You may have opened up about it to people, even if you didn't tell everybody every detail, or it may have been a situation where you may have told people about the plans you had in the past that may not be associated with this, but everything else that you've wanted to work on in the past, you may have told people, they may have mocked you and laughed at you and made it seem like what you were working on or what you're going to do is not going to work out, to give up, etc., etc. You have to understand that with Noah, God gave Noah specific instructions, and the instructions didn't even make sense to him, right? People looked at him and thought he was a madman. They thought he was crazy. They thought he was delusional. They mocked him. They laughed him. And then when the flood came, when God let the flood hit the land and it wiped everything out, you have to understand that it was Noah that was saved. He was protected. His family was saved. And everything that God has told him to bring on that ark was saved, okay? You have to understand that these very people that laughed at him in the process of him building his ark, they didn't see the ending results. They didn't see God's plans. They just knew that, when the flood came, they just knew that whatever Noah was building was going to protect him from what was happening in that moment, right? In the moment when he was building it, they didn't know. He warned them. He tried to tell them, but they just mocked him and laughed at him. You have to understand, when someone's trying to tell you something and they're telling you the truth and you don't believe them, you may think they're crazy. You may think they're delusional, and you may not even think that what they're doing is legitimate or accurate. But then when something happens, don't you guys always think back to the person that tried to warn you? You're like, man, they were telling the truth. Man, they're smart. Man, how much time have you guys ever in the past, people have put you down. They may have doubted you. They may have made it seem like you were crazy, delusional, and then you have become successful at that very thing they may have tried to make you feel discouraged in. Imagine their thoughts looking at you becoming successful at whatever it is they told you to give up on. This is exactly your case. God has given you instructions that didn't make any sense. He has also put you through so many things, like not even put you through it, but allowed you to go through so many things that didn't make sense. But he allows you to go through it because it's a part of your journey, and it is what's going to help you with this specific thing that he has you doing, right? And in order for you to work on it, the wisdom is needed. The knowledge is needed. Experience is needed. But people have mocked you. They have laughed at you. They look down upon you. And God says he is going to exalt you. He is going to prosper you. They're laughing now, but they won't be laughing later. The very ones that are laughing at you, the very ones that are mocking you, are going to be the very ones with their hands out, needing your support and needing your help once you have completed this assignment that he has given you. So continue working on it and stop worrying about what people think about you, what they're saying about you, the mockery, the laughing. Just work on it behind the scenes, silently, on your own, and just complete it. Just complete it. God is going to prosper you through that. You have to understand that anything that God is going to use to prosper you, the enemy is going to try to attack. Okay. And the enemy is going to try to make you feel discouraged so you don't complete the task. You don't complete the assignment. And that's the whole point of what the enemy does, right? So you have to just block all of that out and ignore it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.